So Throne and Liberty just released an article on their website in Korean addressing a lot of the major issues that they had from the previous beta test. This article also included an unlisted video that was uploaded to their YouTube channel showcasing the new and improved combat. So the producer of Throne and Liberty, An Jong-ok, published an article today essentially going over all the major issues with the game. He starts this article off by saying, "Are you doing well? The beta test where I first showed TL to you all was in May, so it's been about 4 months since I'm posting my greetings. I should have posted my greetings as soon as possible, but I couldn't because I was busy with development projects. To be honest, I spent a long time worrying and being scared about what to include in my first greeting to you all. We will try to deliver the news faster in the future. In the first letter, I would like to explain the development direction that has changed since the beta test and the concerns I had during the process. I hope this will be a welcome letter to those who have been waiting for news for a long time. After the beta test, there was a lot of time to worry about our assignment after the beta test because the results of the test were not at all optimistic. There were some grateful comments, but it was our reprimands that moved our hearts. There were warnings about things I was confident about, and there were also things that made me realize what I was worried about. It also served as an opportunity to recover the objective perspective that had been buried while focusing on the development for a long time. I would like to thank everyone who commented on this article." He then goes on to say, "Before telling you what kind of changes are taking place, I would like to share our awareness of the problems we have. We defined the game's problems revealed in beta testing as twofold: its static combat and boring growth. These keywords may sound like an obvious task, but behind them are the various planning intentions we wanted to implement. In explaining the improvements today, I would like to tell you how our thoughts were expressed and how we will correct any deviations from our intentions." The combat system is addressed next in the article. When planning the shape of a large-scale war, we considered formations to be important. So we implemented collisions between characters and set most attack actions so they cannot be performed simultaneously with movement. However, our decision resulted in inconvenience in movement and infringement on freedom of operation. The shortcomings became more noticeable in battles in peace zones, which took up most of the playtime rather than in large-scale war situations. To improve this, we have taken the following steps. The overall combat system has been changed to allow attacks while moving. Conflicts between characters have been eliminated in all areas except conflict areas. The inertial effect applied when changing direction has been minimized to increase the responsiveness of operation. In addition to targeting skills, many new types of skills have been added, such as specifying a direction or hitting a specific point according to the PC operating environment. We increased the number of skills initially given and quickly changed the learning speed of new skills. Furthermore, he then continues to address some of the issues with the weapon system. We are also working on ways to make weapon swaps more seamless. The weapon system of wearing and using two types of weapons is a very important feature in Throne and Liberty combat, but the actual combination of weapons used has clear limitations. Since it was a system that expected various weapon combinations to be completed according to the individual tastes and concepts, a change was needed on this issue as well. The stat system, where certain stats only affected the attack power of certain weapons, has been completely overhauled. Fighting, Spirit, Skill, Wisdom, Insight affect the attack power of all weapons, and the effects of additional abilities other than attack power have been expanded. Weapon passive skills that were only effective when using certain weapons have been adjusted to have an even effect on all weapons. We have reduced the burden of operating multiple equipment by increasing the number of sources for making early equipment and obtaining reinforcement materials. Now, the two biggest issues that everyone has with Throne and Liberty is the combat, the static combat, and the auto combat, otherwise known as astral hunting. This was addressed next in the article. They go on to say, To discuss growth or leveling, it would be best to start with the story of automatic hunting or grinding. The MMORPG genre has inevitably been accompanied by long-term play. As the history of the genre accumulated over a long period of time, we decided that the existence of an automatic hunting system was increasingly recognized as a natural thing in MMORPGs, and we also followed that trend and introduced automatic hunting. However, I think this decision was taken too easily. Through beta testing, we heard voices of disappointment about automatic hunting from many users. We reflected on the fact that what gamers who play with a keyboard, mouse, and pad expected was not an automatic game in which characters move on their own, but a game in which they could immerse themselves by closely controlling content worth manipulating. Along with automatic hunting, automatic movement was also removed. We considered keeping automatic movement in terms of convenience due to its size, but we decided to boldly remove it because of the value of experience of moving around the world, meeting people, and exploring new areas. The intent is pretty clear here. They're trying to remove everything and just increase player immersion. I wouldn't have had an issue personally with the auto movement. I think BDO's done a great job implementing this into their game. Generally speaking, when you have large open worlds, auto movement really isn't the worst thing. However, there are a lot of people that are against automatic movement, automatic combat, anything that's related to automatic systems, and they just removed all of that. They're going to start incentivizing exploration, and they really want you to feel like you're in the world, which is definitely a step in the right direction. They extend on this in the article by saying, from the point of removing automation, the game had to transform into meaningful content play rather than simple repetitive hunting. Of course, it's not that our game didn't have those elements, but we needed to add new content types to improve quantitatively, and we also needed to supplement existing content to improve qualitatively. The proportion of hunting in the growth section has been significantly reduced. Experience rewards for Adventure Codex, Exploration Codex, and regional events have been significantly increased. Various mission elements other than hunting are being added to the Exploration Codex and Resistance quests, and we are preparing a number of party play instance dungeons that require boss clearing. Now, the point on adding meaningful content and removing some repetitive hunting, that's a big one for me, because that tells me that they have identified that their game really does feel like a mobile MMORPG. As someone that's tested this game out, sure, the astral hunting sucks, and the stiff combat really sucks too, or the non-movement based combat. It makes it feel like more of a mobile MMO. But not only that, what you actually did to progress, like that beginning experience certainly made it feel like this was a mobile MMORPG. That was the best way that I could describe it. And what we just read in the article here really tells me that they've identified that that is also a core issue, the content that's in the game, and hopefully they can make improvements to really make this feel like a fleshed out MMORPG that's designed for the PC. Now, at the end of that, they also did mention that they're adding instance dungeons with bosses that you can kill for smaller groups, smaller parties, which I think is also very good. And they end the article by explaining how they're going to reduce the grind. Level growth has been adjusted based on manual play to max level. The time to reach level 30, which was shown in the beta test, has been reduced by 1/3. The time to reach level 50, which is the maximum level for opening, has been reduced to 1/10. He then closes out the article by saying that he's set up a bulletin board, they're taking player feedback, and that there is additional content that they have not yet announced that we'll be hearing from soon. When it comes to my thoughts, guys, I think this is a huge step in the right direction. I was very skeptical as to how much this game could realistically improve. After playing it, I was like, look, man, if you just add movement to the combat, it's still going to be pretty shit. But after reading the article and seeing the trailer, or the preview rather, I'm a lot more optimistic. I really like the fact that they're not only allowing you to move, but they're adding other significant mandatory features to the combat, like targeting this, everything that we already went over in the article. I think this is a huge step in the right direction, removing astral hunting as well. and like I said earlier in the video, meaningful content. So it doesn't feel like a go from point A to point B mobile MMORPG like experience. We're still gonna have to see whether this game is good or not. I really like the direction they're going, but it could still be shit. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I will definitely be testing this game when it comes out in Korea, as well as any beta tests that they have. So if you want to stay up to date, be sure to like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, if you're seeing the footage here and you're noticing that the character name is Asmongold, that's not really Asmongold, that's my character. I named him after Asmongold, so sorry, Asmon. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.